Jeff Lewis was seen out in West Hollywood on Thursday after his recent heated exchange with his ex-boyfriend Gage Edward. The flipping out star, 51, was dressed casually in dark shorts and a grey Adidas jacket. A recent episode of his eponymous radio show, in which he discussed his and Edward's 5-year-old daughter Monroe, prompted his former flame to post a lengthy statement accusing him of exploiting the child. Jeff looked calm while out and about in Los Angeles, as his personal life continues to make waves in the media. He wore a dark pair of New Balance sneakers with white shoelaces. Underneath his jacket he had on a crewneck t-shirt. The outing comes after Lewis brought up his young daughter recently on his show Jeff Lewis Live. Subsequently, Gage took to Instagram on Wednesday to share a lengthy post about his thoughts on his ex's public comments regarding their child, saying enough is enough. Edward accused Lewis of using Monroe to grow the show's audience after he revealed on air that the little girl gave him an ultimatum after he talked about her on air. "I didn't expect her to say this so young, I expected her to say this when she was a teenager, but she said if I continue to talk about her on the radio that she will not see me again until she's a grown-up," Lewis shared. Lewis had revealed their daughter had gotten pretty mad after he discussed her getting rejected from several ritzy private elementary schools on air. The Bravo TV star shared that his ex and co-parent, 36, told their daughter that her education situation was being discussed on Lewis' radio show. Last week Lewis said that Monroe was denied admission to one of the, I think, 4 or 5 schools that we had applied to. He added that if the pattern of rejection continues, they would likely have to enroll her in a Catholic school instead, despite the fact that she had confessed to being afraid of nuns. Gage thought he should tell her that I've been talking about her on the radio and that as a result, she's not going to be admitted to certain schools and that she's going to have to go to a Catholic school with the nuns, Lewis said. "So she called me crying and she was pretty mad," he continued before revealing the aforementioned ultimatum she gave him. Lewis said the conversation left him upset for hours and he hopes the dust will settle, before hitting out at Edward for his decisive and seemingly vindictive move. "I texted Gage and I said, look, I never say anything negative about Monroe to you ever and this feels decisive. I would never want to turn her against you, which is what it seems like you are doing right now. You're mad at me, please don't use her to take it out on me," he explained of the conversation. "I don't appreciate him getting in her head about these things and I hope he realizes he's made a mistake in using her to get back at me," he added. Lewis' loose lips had previously caused Monroe to be expelled from her Montessori preschool back in 2019, with Gage being less than thrilled that their daughter's education could be threatened yet again because of their publicity. Jeff had mocked the prestigious institution as well as some of the parents and students on his radio show, even going so far as to read internal emails on air. The reality star has acknowledged that the past incident had something to do with why his daughter was rejected from several private elementary schools. "We've heard back from one school, and they got back to us right away. They said, we know who you are. We know who Monroe is and we are not interested in Monroe. That's what they said," he recalled on air. Gage shared a lengthy post on Instagram about his thoughts on his ex's comments regarding their child. He added the now expired stories as a highlight on his page. In the posts he lamented, "As many people know, my preference has always been to not engage." He explained us at his wit's end, "What is unfair, and what I will speak about, is the continued exploitation of a minor for content." The marketing executive also placed blame on the show SiriusXM and the show's producers. Equally as disappointing as the person that continues to talk about her, is SiriusXM and the executives, producers, and people in charge of Radio Andy.